Of the Hedman headers for the Ford 6.8 V10. Now there's your part number and what it's for. Now this is what it comes with. You get your baggies of bolts for the collectors for that piece, those two, and then you get all the bolts and lock washers you would need to install this. I don't know if using these is a great idea, but maybe they're stronger than the OEM studs, which have a tendency to break off. Something I'm looking forward to, as my motor already has a broken off stud deep into the head, which is a pain. But back on to the headers. Here's one of them for the one side. This side you can see the gas or the flange is cut into two pieces for, I'm only going to assume, some fitment issues. And there's the porting. You know, it looks alright. Not the best. That's probably the best one of them all. But on some of these, they've dug into the flange with the weld. But, you know, again, these are cheap headers. So, landed to my house in Canada from the States, so it is more. Was a little shy over 500. There's the collector, which is pretty haggard, to be honest. It's not inspiring that these were made with the best intentions. You can see here the paint isn't on there, but they do tell you in one of these that this is not a coating on the header, spelled header like they spell it. This is not a high temp coating, and it says if you're going to leave these, expect for all the paint to burn off. So, and here's the other one, which I wish, because for me, the motor's going in a different car, that both headers were like this, because it's a very thin design. But this one is not as good. As you can see with this kind of haggard hole. Now I'm going to guess that the port is not like this on the engine. You know. But same thing, crummy paint. You know, a collector that isn't inspiring. But that's a header. They came relatively unscathed, you know. There's a scratch on them. That one's kind of deep, but I'm probably going to have to cut them up anyway, so I'm not too worried. It comes with the gaskets. You know. They're alright. They're kind of not the best looking gasket. You know, they're the average fucking foil style. But they do line up with the portholes. I have it upside down there. So, yeah. You can see that one, the one I said's nice. It lines up nicely, but these other ones, maybe a bit of die grinding will do a lot, or maybe I just shouldn't care. And then here's that one. And you can see how this one isn't very nice, you know. You've got like 1/8 of an inch of overlap, so that one's definitely going to require some care on it. Whether that means I'll take the weld out completely and then, because they're not welded on the outside, you know, the only weld on the inside is just weld around on the outside. It's not the best way, but, you know, what can you do? So, that's the headers. We'll go over to my car and we'll show you kind of what the OEM ones look like if we can see it. But, you know, they're a pretty tight log one. There's a look of them. So, there's a lot to be gained as shitty as they are. So, yep. Alright. Enjoy. Here is my MMR little oil filter relocation plate that comes with AN fittings threaded in and the oil cooler, and has 2 ports for temp and pressure, or whatever else the fuck you would want, I don't know. But here it is. It's a pretty nice piece, you know, has their logo on it. In and out, because you don't want to fuck that up or your oil filter will be doing nothing. And, you know, it was a bit pricey for a piece of aluminum with 3 holes, or 5 holes because the 2 ports for sensor pickups, but, you know, it's pretty good.